Good morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to your Sunday stretch. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all raring to go. So I'm excited about this Sunday stretch. I think it's a very positive weekend for the fitness industry, health and well-being in general. So it's good vibes, feeling good. I hope you are too. And I hope you're ready to stretch and enjoy the session. As always, we're going to use breath. We're going to relax into the movements. We're going to deepen into the stretches. And of course, just listen to your own body. Just do what's right for you. And we will get going. A little bit different this week. So if you've done my stretch sessions before, possibly in June, sometimes we use the door to help deepen into some standing leg stretches and back exercises as well. Now, you don't have to use the door. It's going to deepen into stretch, so it depends on your flexibility. If you have something else that's sturdy, item of furniture, table, chair, then you can have that if there's not a door close by. You can also use the wall. So rather than pulling off the door, you can use the wall to push off. Yeah, so there's options. Let's get going. Standing, 30 minutes, enjoy, and thanks for joining everyone. Let's go. So we'll start with those feet wider than hips, turn the toes out. Let's start by rolling the shoulder blades back, opening the chest, allowing the collarbones to feel nice and wide, nice and long to the sides of the body. Breathe as you do so. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And get used to feeling the spine lengthen up to the ceiling. Bring the arms forwards, please. Bring those shoulders forwards. Separate the shoulder blades. And take your time this morning. It's Sunday. Last 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Bring that left arm up and over. Start to lengthen. Really feel the side of the body stretch up. The rib cage separates. This arm can pull down and the opposite way, or you can put it on your hips there just to hold and support yourselves, and bring the other arm up and over. Really lengthen. Again, this arm can draw away, so you're pulling in both directions. Just be mindful, keep your knees nice and soft and you're not overarching in the lower back or pushing your bum out. Good. So we're all about stretching one way, pulling up the other way, feeling the body elongate, using the breath, and again, stretch up, stretch down. Try and make the inhales and exhales long. Good. Bring the arms out to the side. Take a soft bend in those knees so they're not locking out. Bring the arms forwards and round, fingertips touch, drop the head neck. So in this particular stretch, you really want to draw the shoulder blades away from one another. So the back should feel nice and wide behind. Drop the head neck. And then we're going to open up with the arms. So little squeeze in the shoulder blades here. Make sure the shoulders don't scrunch up as you do so. Keep them down, a little bit of a squeeze. Let's go again, round. So just imagine you're hugging the arms around something. Drop the head, neck, breathe. And then again, open up here. Standing tall in the spine. Excellent. And let's turn to the side. So, not too long with the stance, but long enough that you've got the back leg behind you and the front leg in front. Now, some of you may not be able to place the back heel down, and that's fine. Just take it to where you can. From there, you're going to bend into the front leg. So this is what you would call, or what you would see, it's kind of a generic stretch that you would do in a fitness class before or after. You might do this kind of stretch when you've been out for a run or a long walk. So a lot of people know about this stretch, but it's about how you do the stretch. So yes, we're trying to elongate the back heel down. Again, if it doesn't reach, don't worry. That long step forward, you're really feeling the knee lengthen forwards and over the ankle. So the knee's not knocking in and it's not going over the toe line. Yeah? So if anything, the knee's over the ankle. So you can stay here. Some of you may want to take your arms up. But you need to keep that neutral spine. So you'll see my spine's not overarching and it's not curving under. So it's about keeping what we call a neutral spine with the natural arches in there. Those of you who want a little more, you can start to tilt the torso. You still keep the front leg bent for now, and that back leg is going to experience a deepened stretch. So the more you tilt forwards and hinge forwards with the torso, you're going to increase the stretch in the back leg. Do whatever is right for you. That's the important key term for these sessions. Those of you who would like to bring in the door or the wall, you pull away the same time as you pull forward. So you pull away with the arms, but you lengthen the crown of the head forwards. And you can push off a wall in the same way for this. And it's all about really lengthening that back leg down. Again, we're trying not to let this front knee creep over the front toe line. Breathe into it, shoulders down. So you can stay here and you can focus on deepening into it. Those who want a little bit more, you straighten the front leg. Straighten the front leg. Whether you're up here or you're down here. You straighten the front leg and you focus on hinging the body forwards. Remember, you've got something there that you can push against or balance on. And you don't have to have that. You can have your hands on your hips. Breathe into it. Feel like the spine is lengthening. Please push the hips back. So we've got a few different variations and levels going on for this particular stretch. Those of you who would like a little bit more, who have flexibility, drop the hands down and drop the torso so the head, neck, shoulders start to feel heavy down towards that front leg. Don't force it, yeah? If that's not for you, stay up, stay high, and just enjoy that stretch, people. Either in the bent leg or straight legs. A few more breaths here. Every time you exhale, we try and deepen into the stretch. We relax the muscles. And wherever you are, slowly make your way out of it. Bend your knee out of it if it's not bent already. And then step the back foot forwards and we'll switch sides. So again, same stretch, up we go. Find that position, opposite side. So first aim, let's focus on drawing the back heel down. Let's bend the front leg forward, not allowing the knee to go over the toe line. So you might need to take a longer step forwards, depending on your body and alignment. Really draw the crown of the head up. From here, you can stay here. If you want to add a little bit more, definitely a balance challenge, you can bring the arms up, maintaining neutral spine. From there, some of you, as I was saying before, will choose to hinge forwards from your hip line. You should feel an increased stretch in the back leg, definitely down the calf, if you're still drawing that heel down towards the floor. From there, you've got door, wall, item of furniture. Push away from it. So push into it. Draw the back leg down more so. Those of you who would like to progress even further, straighten the front leg. So a little bit of a balance challenge, especially if you've got a wobbly door here, like me. So straighten the front leg, option to bring the arms down, drop the head, neck and fold the torso down towards the leg. So plenty of levels here. Let that head, neck, shoulder line be heavy. Breathe into it. And stay at your level. So wherever you are, stay there. Now I'm going to choose the door option. Breathe into it. Think about your posture. Are your shoulders melting down your spine? Is your chest still nice and open? Your neckline and your head, you would need it in line with the spine. Deep breaths. Good. Well done. Again, bring yourselves back, bring the back leg towards the front leg. Okay, next we're going to stand tall. We're going to bring the feet outside of hips, take a slight bend, and all you're going to do is start to hinge forwards. Hinge forwards, push the hips back. So let's try and maintain that neutral spine. If you need to bend more, bend more. This is a really nice one for the door. So I pull away from the door. I've got that extra bit of help there to help me deepen into the stretch. So the hips go as far back as I can, and I'm hinging forwards. Now, some of you will take it further down the door. You may even pop your hands on the floor. Just make sure you don't fall back if you let go of the door or your furniture, and then drop the head neck down. For some of you, you will need quite a lot of bend in there. You'll really feel this in your hamstrings at the back, and you'll hold this position. Option, hands on hips, hinge forwards. So feel like the hips are being pulled up towards the ceiling. Once you find the level that is appropriate for you and your body, breathe into it, release into it. Let the head, neck, shoulders be heavy. Shoulders down your spine still. So hips are going one way, crown of the head is going the other way. Soften and bend the knees as much as you need to. Deep breaths. Good. Wherever you are, make your way down to hands and knees. 4-point kneeling. Knees underneath the hips and hands underneath the shoulders, everyone. Good. Excellent. So we are in 4-point kneeling position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And you don't need your door, wall, or item of furniture anymore. We're going to go straight into a cat stretch. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, curl under the base of the spine. So this is about spinal articulation. Push the floor away. Keep the weight centered, drop the head neck. As you breathe through the nose, really widen the back of the ribs. And as you exhale, push the bum away. Look forwards now. Lift forwards with your sternum, that's the breastbone. Push the bum away, separate the sit bones, breathe in. And you can stay here working through the cat stretch. Those of you who would like a little bit more, you tuck your toes. You push to downward dog, and you curve forwards into your cat stretch. You bend the knees back down. You take that arch. You're hovering the knees, and then you go again. Arch it up. Curve it forwards, and you just take this super slow. So you drop the knees, you find your arch. Breathe through. Those of you who are working through cat stretch with knees down, work it through, enjoy it, find the segments of the spine here. We will do 2 more. So whether you're doing cat stretch here, like me, knees down, or whether you have your toes tucked, you're moving through the spine, but you're also adding a little bit of intensity in there. Things become a little bit plank-like when you're holding your body weight up. And it's all about being body aware. Mobilizing different sections of the body and knowing how to do that. Let's take a child's pose, everyone. Well done. Round those hips down to heels. Stretch the arms forwards or bring them round to the side of the body. Drop the head neck, please. And don't worry if your hips do not touch your heels. That's fine. Just go as low as you can manage. Those of you who would like a little bit extra stretch in the lower back, send the arms to one diagonal. Round the hips down to heels, especially in that far corner. Stretch from the diagonals, drop the head. And then walk it round opposite side. Option to stay centered. Round the hips down to heels. Good. Bring yourselves back to center if you're not there already. Roll up through the spine. Good. And we're going to work on our hips whilst we're down here. So this cushion might be enough. I'm using my this mat, might be enough, or you may want a cushion or pillow under your knees. So have that ready if you're using one. Take a long step forwards, cushion under the supporting knee if you need it. I'm using quite a thick mat today. Nice and tall in the torso. Let's ease ourselves into it. So we're going to exhale into this stretch. We're going to inhale back. So teaching points for alignment and technique. Make sure the front knee doesn't go over the front toe line. So we definitely don't want to be doing this. So be aware of that. Also, the knee doesn't knock into the center. You might need to rest on something close by for your balance. Open the chest, shoulders down, and really feel like the spine is being pulled up to the ceiling. Exhale forwards, inhale back. And it's not just about going forwards, it's about the pelvis going down underneath the torso. You should feel a lovely stretch in this area here, this region, the front of the hip flexors. And don't over push it. Every time you exhale into it, you might feel you get a little bit further. You might feel the body relaxes a little bit more. Nice and tall in the spine. So we are all about posture as well. And you can stick with this dynamic stretch of moving in and out of it. For those of you who've got a little bit more flexibility, you can hold the stretch here. Every time you exhale, we're still deepening down. Those of you who would like a little bit more, bring the arms up above you. And that's going to increase the load and the heaviness drawing down towards the mat. Breathe. And you can stay here, or you can melt forwards. Now, this is going to change the stretch. Lengthen the back leg behind, hands come inside of the foot, shuffle the foot to the outside. Make sure your weight is centered. The stretch is going to feel really deeper now, okay? We're still trying to send the pelvis down. Make sure the shoulders are back. Your spine isn't rounding, it's neutral. So if you're down here and the spine is kind of up here, you're not going to get the stretch on the hip flexor. So I would prefer you to be in this position. Make sure you choose the right level. Those of you who want to go lower, you can bring it down to forearms. Just ensure that your technique is in the right place, that you're doing the right thing. Find your stretch level and let's breathe, everyone. So remember, you can be moving in and out of the stretch. You can be higher in the stretch, or you can be down here where I am. And then bring yourselves up. If you are down here, use your leg then in the bent leg. Then bring the hands to hips. Straighten the front leg, everyone. Nice and tall in your torso. Push those hips back. Find a nice stretch in the hamstring. So the hamstring's down the back of the leg there at the front. Do not rest on a straight leg. Use something to balance on or hands on hips. Shoulders down. It's the back of the head in line with the rest of the spine, so you're not looking up, you're not looking down. You've got that lovely posture. And for those of you who want to deepen into the stretch, you can flex the front foot. You should feel an increased stretch there of the calf, the back of the calf. Breathe through, everyone. If you need a breather at any point, have a breather. Don't force through. Keep pushing those hips back. Keep lengthening the crown of the head up and forwards. One more deep breath. And bend out of it. Switch sides. So remember, if you're using a cushion, place that under your knee. The longer the step forwards, the better, to be honest. And we're going to exhale into it. And we're going to inhale out. And as you exhale into it, feel the back leg really pull and draw behind the body. Shoulders down, chest open. Nice long spine, everyone. Inhale. Take this time in however you need to. If you need to slow it even further down, that's fine. Those of you who want to bring the arms up into it, bring them into it here, and you can float them back down, stretching them up. So some of you will stay with your dynamic moving stretch. Others will come down and you'll stay down here. Front knee is not over the front toe line. Pelvis is heavy, drawing down. Just make sure you don't overstretch your hip there, your back hip, the leg that's behind you. Shoulders down, breathe, nice tall spine. So you can stay here or bring the arms to the inside of the leg. Shuffle the foot out to the side so this creates room in the center. You have space to drop the pelvis down as well. Excellent. Shoulders down and back. So whichever level you're working on, enjoy it. Breathe through. It shouldn't be painful. Shoulders down and back. Relax into the stretch. Those of you with more flexibility, you can come down to forearms, but you must ensure you have a neutral spine, no curving. If you look at my back there and I start to curve, my hips lift. And this is about the hips stretching down. Be aware of that as well, please. Nice deep breath. Good. From here, bring yourselves up. Use that leg. If you like, make sure the foot comes back to center. Straighten the leg. Don't rest on it. Push the hips back. Hinge forwards. Nice, straight leg, neutral spine. Hips as far back as you can. Hinge forwards. Lengthen the crown of the head up. Breathe into it. Don't rest on this straight leg. And bless me. There we go. Keep breathing. Shoulders down, chest open. Deep breaths, everyone. The more you hinge forwards, you need to still ensure a straight spine. Those of you who would like to deepen the stretch, flex the foot, please. One more deep breath. Good. Release out of that. Just bring those knees back under the hips. We're going to take a sway side to side, left to right. Let the hips fall down. Feel that heaviness and the weight in the side of the legs. Keep those elbows soft. Lengthen the spine. Look down to the floor underneath you. Lovely sway side to side. Couple more here. And we are going to lie on our backs for the next set of stretches. Make your way down comfortably, lying on your back. If you would like to place a head cushion underneath your head, please do. Good. First of all, take a full body stretch for me. Send the legs away. Send the arms up and overhead. Feel like someone's pulling your toes one way, or your feet, and pulling your arms the opposite way. However, your shoulders remain in contact with the mat or the floor. Fingers stretch, toes stretch, lengthen from the bottom to the top. Elongate the spine, nice and tall. Take a few deep breaths here. Keep stretching. Get longer, get longer. Good, and bring the arms over. Excellent. From here, bring the feet together, knees together, and let those knees fall out. Open the hips, feel the inner thighs stretch, and as you do this stretch, I want you to feel the heaviness of your pelvis, your shoulders, your head sink into the floor. Find connection with your breath. Give the fingers and the toes a wriggle. Ensure that you're not tensing your feet or your hands. And as you take this stretch, let gravity do the work as your knees open wide. Start to roll the head left to right. And you can close your eyes or you can keep them open. Keep melting the shoulders down into the floor. And it's not about how flexible your body is. Don't worry if the knees don't open all the way out. Those of you who wish to progress, one by one, bring the legs up. Try not to pull on your spine. And then from there, you can send the knees out. If you're choosing to do this option, Make sure you don't lift your bum and your pelvis off the floor. So the spine remains elongated, nice and long. Shoulders down, look up. Those of you progressing, you can reach for the arch of the feet. You can draw those legs in. Let the knees fall down. Let the knees be heavy. Again, pelvis is connected to floor. Some of you from there will choose to alternate side to side, straightening one leg, bending the other leg. Okay, it's up to you. Find the level that's appropriate. This is a really nice release stretch. Shoulders heavy, pelvis heavy, breathe. With every exhale, sink down into the floor. One more deep breath in, one more deep breath out. And then bring the legs back together. Use your inner thighs, draw everything up. Bring both knees down to one side. Send the knees away from the body. Don't worry if they don't touch the floor. Lengthen your top hip away. Feel your waistline lengthen. Feel the lower back rotate. And if you like to, you can bring that top leg into it a little bit more. Either bend it or straighten it. But please ensure the hip line doesn't sink into the waist. Shoulders down. Look the opposite way. And relax into the stretch. Well done, everyone. Sink the waistline down. Keep the shoulders down. Good. And release sides. Bring yourselves back to center. Don't shuffle the hips. Just drop the legs. You can keep the knees together. You can lift one leg round. You can bend it, straighten it. Feel that lovely rotation in the lower back. Okay, keep the waistline long. Don't let the hips sink in to the waist. Shoulders down, deep breaths. And relax into the floor. Enjoy this lovely stretch. Nice and deepening, softening. And just doing it for you. Bring those legs back to center. Hold it there. Legs together, feet together, inner thighs fused together. Side rock. So drop the knees side to side. Don't take them too low. As you do this exercise, I want you to feel the pelvis massage into the floor. So see if you can find those bony sections of your pelvis. Really knead them, massage them side to side. Breathe through. Sink into the floor. Shoulders heavy. And just to finish our stretch today, I've got two options. You can choose whichever option you like. You can stretch the legs out long. You can stretch the arms out to the sides or above. Then you can melt into the floor and have a relaxation to finish. Those of you who want to add a little bit of Pilates in, but also are looking for a spinal massage, you can go into your roll like a ball. So you tuck the knees in. You can hold onto the back of the legs for this one. And you rock up to seated. You draw the head in. You keep your roll like a ball shape. And off you go. So the whole time you keep your shape, you exhale into it. Inhale up. So at no point does your spine straighten. It's curved, the head's in. You never go to your neck or your head because your neck and head's tucked in. Only to the top of the spine. Lovely ball shape. Couple more. Those of you who are lying down, take one more deep breath. And carefully make your way up to seated. Bring yourselves to a comfortable position, whether that is kneeling or your crossed legs. Sit tall, feel long, feel relaxed, feel nice and lengthened for the day ahead. Take a stretch up, breathe in. Exhale, push the air away. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Cross the arm over the opposite leg. Take a lovely spinal rotation seated. Open the chest, shoulders down and back. Look round now to as far as you can without pushing it. And then again, opposite side, hand to opposite leg, shoulders down, nice and tall. Breathe, look round to the furthest point. Good. Take a side stretch, a side bend over. Push the hips one way, bring the arm up to the other direction. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Breathe. Last one. Good. Bring the palms together and thank yourselves. Well done, everyone. And yes, I hope you enjoyed that session. Thank you for joining me, as always. Okay, take care. I'll be keeping you all updated with online sessions still that will be continuing and the new physical studio classes that will start this week. So stay tuned. Okay, they are limited, but yeah, it's a step in the right direction, of course. So enjoy your day, everyone. Have a brilliant Sunday. Thank you for joining me. Take care and goodbye.